Hello, I am Larry Hillman, Kidmin Coach. And today I want to talk to you just a little bit about how the children's ministry can help your church to grow. That's right, the children's ministry can help your church to grow. Now, first off, you are blessed just because you have a children's ministry because you're following the Lord's command. Proverbs 22:6 says to train up a child in the way they should go. So you need to be doing that. Matthew 19:14, Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." So having a children's ministry puts a blessing on your church because you are obeying the Lord's command. Now, a healthy, vibrant, exciting children's ministry will attract children, which will attract families. And we all know that it is families that are the foundation and the building block of growth. Now, there's a church down in in Palm Beach, Florida called Christ Fellowship Church. Last I checked, they had 15 campuses. All right, so they have some experience here with what they're about to say. The leader of their children's ministry says this: "We have a lot of parents who say they chose our church for what it has to offer for their kids. Kids a lot of time lead their parents to a church. God uses the children's ministry to minister to the whole family. A quality kids experience will help your church to grow." In fact, one survey said that 76% of families said that the children's ministry was very high value as far as what church they chose to go to. 76%. Surveys show that the parents also acknowledge that the children's ministry has a positive effect on their children, and that it is something that they can talk with their children about around the dinner table, and they also make plans around the events that are going on in the children's ministry. Parents also said that there were 4 main things that they wanted the children's ministry to teach their children. The first was that they wanted it to help their children develop a personal relationship with Jesus. Secondly, they wanted the children's ministry to give their kids the tools to deal with real life Christian perspective. You know, when the entire world, it seems, out there is teaching everything against God and His Word, how do you deal with that? Well, they want the children's ministry to help their children have those tools. They want the children's ministry to give their kids exposure to positive Christian role models through the volunteers and staff. There are very few adults out there now that children can look to find a positive Christian role model. They need to see everyday, ordinary people loving Jesus and living out their faith, and they can do that in the children's ministry. And fourthly, the parents say that they want the children's ministry to teach their kids to have a strong foundation in the Christian faith that they can live and stand on for the rest of their life. Right? Now, just like a good children's ministry will attract families, a poor children's ministry can run off families, make them leave your church. Make no mistake, the quality and the health of the children's ministry strongly influences families' views on staying. In fact, 69% of the people that left churches say that one of the major reasons they left was the children's ministry. The CEO of the Search Institute says, "Findings underscore how important children are to families. So important, in fact, that parents will sacrifice other priorities to ensure that their children have positive, nurturing experiences in their faith community." So the parents are willing to do with a little less of having their needs met as long as the needs of their children are being met. The children and the family will stay or leave, depending on the quality of your children's ministry. Now, a good children's ministry will attract families, and those families become more involved and more committed in your church because of the children's ministries. Families grow the church, and reaching those families, the number one way to do that is through children. 65% of the parents who have children in the children's ministry are volunteering at their church. You want more volunteers? You get a good children's ministry. It'll bring in more parents, and those parents will be serving. In fact, families are the #1 givers financially to the church. So you want more finances, get more families. You do that by having a great children's ministry. The children's ministry will put your church before people you would never reach any other way. Grandparents, relatives, and friends will come and watch that little child receive a certificate for completing a course or for promotion, and people who would never come to your church will come to see that. The children's ministry will put your family before the community. When you have an Easter egg hunt or a family fun day or a trunk or wean or a VBS or a sports camp, you will put your church out there before people you will never be before in any other way except through the children's ministry. Right? The children's ministry feeds the youth ministry. They grow up, they have that strong Christian foundation, they continue. A good children's ministry gives your church a sense of excitement and hope. People want to know that their faith and their church are going to continue. When they see that little child with that faith and that child is there, not only do children just bring excitement because they can't help it, but the parents and the other adults are going to see that this is just going to continue because there's such a vibrant children's ministry. And then if you want to get your church excited and get your church to growing, one of the best ways is by celebrating the winning of souls to Jesus. And there's no more fertile ground to do that in than the children's ministry. Surveys say between 83 and 85% of every person sitting in your congregation came to Jesus before they were 14. So go out there and get that children's ministry going. Win those souls. Get your people excited. Bring in families all through the children's ministry. So in summary, let me say, if kids have a great time in your children's ministry and they're excited about coming back to your church, their parents will be excited about coming back as well. They'll also get their families involved in serving. They'll get their families involved in giving. All of that is a bonus to having a good children's ministry. Parents who don't even attend church want their children to have some kind of a faith structure. And when those children go home and tell their parents what's been going on in the church, those parents many times start attending the church. And it's just as Jesus said, or as it said in the Word, and a little child shall lead them. So make sure that you have a good, vibrant, exciting children's ministry, teaching the Word, strong foundation in the Word, but making it fun for the kids so they'll be excited about coming back, and then their family will as well. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching the video. Again, I am Larry Hillman, Kidmin Coach, helping you to help them. God bless.